You're listening to The Standard Podcast. Eye-opening for your ears.
สวัสดีค่ะโบสาวิตรีนะคะ This is We Need To Talk Podcast Talk Show ภาษาอังกฤษสำหรับคนไทยที่ใช้ภาษาอังกฤษค่ะ Hi you guys welcome to our show and thank you so much for listening ตามธรรมเนียมของ We Need To Talk โบจะชวนเกสต์ของเราคุย3ประเด็นค่ะถ้าเป็นพี่แคทเนี่ยโบว่าเรื่องแรกที่ต้องชวนคุยด่วนมากที่สุดเลยคือเรื่องของความเป็นสาวนักบิดของพี่เขาค่ะทำไมโบถึงต้องรีบชวนคุยเรื่องนี้ถึงขนาดนั้นหรอคะเดี๋ยวคุณผู้ฟังก็จะได้ทราบค่ะเรื่องที่2โบอยากชวนพี่แคทเดินทางย้อนเวลาไปหาช่วงที่คุณผู้ฟังหลายๆคนต้องอินไปด้วยสุดๆเลยค่ะนั่นก็คือยุค 90s ช่วงนั้นมีอะไรน่าสนใจมากมายเลยนะคะโดยเฉพาะในวงการบันเทิงของบ้านเราค่ะยังมีใครจำรายการ Kiddy Kat ได้หรือเปล่าคะโอ้โหตอนนั้นเรียกว่าดังมากๆเลยนะคะและพี่แคทของเราในช่วงนั้นก็ดังมากๆเช่นกันค่ะจะมีอะไรในยุค 90s ที่พี่แคทประทับใจบ้างเดี๋ยวโบจะถามให้นะคะและเรื่องสุดท้ายในฐานะคนบันเทิงที่อยู่ในวงการมานานพี่แคทถือว่าเป็นคนหนึ่งที่ไม่เคยมีข่าวเสียหายเลยนะคะเขาดูแลตัวเองยังไงให้ยังมีความเป็นส่วนตัวในชีวิตได้ในขณะที่ต้องเป็นคนของประชาชนอยู่ด้วยเรื่องนี้เดี๋ยวโบจะชวนคุยละเอียดเลยค่ะรอฟังนะคะเอาละค่ะตอนนี้ได้เวลาเปลี่ยนโหมดเป็นภาษาอังกฤษกันแล้วพร้อมหรือยังคะ Ladies and gentlemen, it would be my pleasure to introduce our guest for this episode of We Need to Talk podcast. She acts, she sings, she dances, she's oh so sweet, and she's so strong. Let's meet her now. P. Katalia English ค่ะ สวัสดีค่ะพี่แคท
สวัสดีค่ะ Long time no see.
Long time no see. Okay, first let me tell our listeners how thankful, how appreciative I am for you to be here today right now because
I'm so happy.
You guys, our listeners, you guys can't see her right now, but let me tell you, our studio is on the 4th floor. So this woman has to walk up 4 flights of stairs.
My house is 4 floors, so I'm used to it.
But you're under this condition and you're all bruised up. What happened?
Yeah, well, as not very many people know, I am into motorbikes. And I had a freak accident. Actually, I had it last week. The first time I had the accident was it was raining. And the road was slippery, so I skidded and I grazed my elbow. But that's all. But the second time round, which was 2 or 3 days later, the road that I'm always riding on, they just, out of the blue, they set up a checkpoint. And I didn't know that they put cones on the road. So I was riding behind a car and I was overtaking. So when I overtook the car, I just went straight into the cones. And I fell and I fractured a rib. And I bruised up my hip bone and my knees. And grazed my elbow in the same place as the 2 nights before.
And I saw your bruises.
They're scary, aren't
They're
they?
brutal. Oh my goodness. And you said you can't laugh too hard, right? Because your ribs.
It hurts.
And that's what I meant by I'm so appreciative for you to be here. And you know, you guys, I asked P. Kat, are you sure you want to come? Because like our office is like on the 4th floor. Are you sure you're going to be able to walk up here? And she's such a trooper. She said, of course I'll be there. Like I told you I'd be there. But we totally would understand. So thank you so much for being here.
You're very welcome. I'm very happy to be here. I mean, I'm fine. I'm actually not in as much pain as I thought I was going to be because when I was in hospital they injected me with morphine. They're like, you need it. I'm like, really? Do I? Okay. So I was injected with morphine and I fell asleep for about 3 hours. And I woke up and I actually took the bike back home and got my car and I went to the emergency room and they got me to get x-rayed and all that and they said, yeah, you fractured a rib. Okay. No wonder why it hurts. Okay.
I love how your first instinct was like to go home and get your car and not go straight directly to the hospital.
I was thinking, well, I grazed my elbow. I'm in a little bit of pain, but that's all right. So, yeah, until my chest started hurting, I'm like, okay, I'm in a bit of pain. I better go check it out just in case I've done something more than just bruised myself. So, yeah, they gave me some morphine and I fell asleep for 3 hours. And I woke up and I said, okay, well, I think I'm ready to go home. And they're like, no, the morphine lasts for about 8 hours. I'm like, no, I fell asleep while I was talking to them.
So, yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I'm ready. Because I actually sat up and started talking to the nurses. And I'm like, yeah, I think I'm ready to go home. Yeah. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure. I'm fine. And they were laughing at me. I'm like, I'm sorry. Okay, maybe I need a little bit more sleep. So I fell asleep for another 3 hours.
Yeah, it's a good thing you didn't drive home.
I know.
Because that would have been bad.
Yeah, so, yeah, but they were really sweet. And I'm like, oh, you're in here again. Yep, it's me again.
So like you said, how a lot of people aren't aware that you like to drive the motorcycle.
I love riding bikes.
We're so used to seeing you as like this pop princess of the dance world and just you and your 20-inch waist that everyone's jealous
23
about.
23
now. Yeah, because 23 is so big. I would kill to have a 23-inch waist. But like people know you as this like fragile, like ผู้หญิงบอบบางน่ารักอะไรอย่างงี้
I'm pretty much a butch actually.
What intrigues you about riding motorcycles?
I actually liked motorbikes ever since I was a teenager, but because my mum wouldn't let me ride and she said, oh, you have to work, you have to look pretty, you cannot have scars and bruises and all that. Well, okay. And at this age now, I'm thinking, well, what do I have to lose? I want to have fun in life now, and I suppose I can say that I'm more responsible-ish. But, I decided that, I'm going to get on a bike and I'm going to start riding. And it's so convenient, especially nowadays where the traffic is absolutely horrendous. I get around so easily. And if I say 15 minutes, it's 15 minutes. But if it's in the car...
Yeah.
15 minutes can be 3 hours.
Yep, that happened to me before.
Yeah, and, by bkong Thai, going to the set... I got there on time and everybody else was like 2-3 hours late and they're like, oh my God, I was stuck in traffic. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I went past all that traffic and I'm like, yeah. It's so much easier to get around. And people that don't ride, they think straight away riding a bike is so dangerous. It is dangerous if you're not careful and if you're irresponsible about the way you ride. For me, I don't ride fast. Even if I was on a big bike, I wouldn't ride fast because it's being irresponsible, especially in traffic in Bangkok. You can weave through traffic and stuff like that, but you have to be very careful. You don't do that fast because you don't know what's going to come out from the sois or anything like that, or even in between cars. There's other motorbikes that are irresponsible.
Yep.
So you have to be responsible for all that too. So if I'm riding around, I'm always careful, especially in traffic, because if it's stuck, then there's a lot of motorbikes that are whizzing in and out of, weaving in and out of the cars and the traffic, and that's what you have to be careful of. You don't have to be careful of the cars that are parked on the roads.
Right.
So you have to look around. You have to be aware of your surroundings and. Not just be careful of the way you ride, but you have to predict what other people around you are going to do. Because there's a lot of cars that don't use their signaling lights.
That is so annoying. That's one of my pet peeves.
What's
people
that?
Not signaling.
Yep.
That happens to me all the time, and I almost run into someone just because they just came out without signaling. And that's so dangerous.
Even on a bike, I use my signaling lights all the time because I want the person behind me to know what I'm doing, or even in front of me who's coming in the opposite direction to know what I'm going to be doing. I don't want somebody to end up crashing into me because I'm not signaling. So use your lights. You have to.
You know how a lot of people when we're younger, when we're learning to ride a bicycle, and when we fall, it makes us a little cringy to go near a bicycle again or to get back on it. Is it the same kind of feeling right now?
No, I want to get back on my bike already. I really do. The only thing that's making me sort of yang is I don't want to break the rib that I fractured. That's all that's keeping me off my bike. If I was just bruised, I'd get on my bike straight away.
Yeah.
But because it's dangerous, then okay, well, you know, if I'm going to break a rib, then I'm going to have to be extra careful. So I'm back in my car again, back in the traffic. So, and a lot of people ask me, oh, so you're riding a big bike? No, I'm actually riding a scooter.
Aww.
Because it's so much easier to handle, especially in traffic. I mean, you're on a big bike. You have to, you know, you have to keep squeezing the clutch. You have to keep changing gears. And it's heavy and it's big. Yeah, I can ride a big bike, but I don't because it's not practical in traffic.
Exactly. It's almost like riding a car because sometimes you can't really go through.
You can't weave.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm like, no, I'm riding my scooter. Like, everyday use, I'd rather use a scooter. And also the good thing is that you can put things inside the seat.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, you can
that is super practical.
I know. So you can put all of your stuff. If I go to shoot my lacons and stuff like that, I put my scripts, I put my clothes and my shoes. And, yeah, exactly. So, I mean, it's practical riding a scooter. And it has a little hook in the front as well that you can hang stuff on. So when I get my coffee and stuff, I hang my coffee on the front. So yeah, it's a lot more practical.
Yeah. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, you are this pop princess of Thailand, and I don't want to say I grew up watching you, but I grew up watching
a lot
and
of people
listening.
have grown up watching.
So we're gonna take a walk down the memory lane a little bit, because you're the queen of like the 90s.
Oh gosh,
yes, I love the 90s.
So do I.
I miss the 90s,
80s
like
and 90s. Yeah, I miss that.
You got into the showbiz when you were 16, right?
13.
13?
Yeah.
Oh my god, what was your 13. First gig?
The first thing I ever did, I was actually still wearing braces. Young Dad Fan You. Yeah. So I was an extra for a music video.ของพี่เจ กองไว้ Whoa. Yeah. So that was a long time ago.
I'm sure our listeners are YouTubing that right now.
You won't. Well, I'm on for like 2 seconds. So yeah, keep a lookout where I am. I'm actually walking behind Pite, and it's just like, see a winati, you know, like, oh my god, that's Kat.
It's like a fun game. Like, go, where's Waldo?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that was my first, and then after that, I did commercials, ads. Then I did my first movie, อันหนึ่งคิดถึงพอสังเขป ภาคแรก and that's when all the new kids came in. There was me, there was แอนทองผสม ตายสายทานสายฟ้า แนนปางวลัย Night บอยสเกาต์
โอ้นี่คือตัวท็อปของ 90s นะคะ ตัวท็อปของ 90s
เขาดีแต่ไม่ได้เล่นหนังเรื่องนี้ but during that time it was like มีธัญญาคาเดียอาร์ตโมดbecause I was in a lakon with that was my first lakon Kun Yik Jom Gan.
I watched that too, I think, when I was really young, but I remember that. What was the most vivid memory from back then for you?
I don't know.
Or the most memorable, I guess.
I can't really pick out one memory. There's so much that went on during that time. Yeah, just getting into the business, just being able to do what I love, and there's so many memories. I can't really pick one because everything is just so different and so meaningful.
So you've done it all. Yep. Acting, modeling, emceeing, singing, dancing. You're more than a triple threat. You're like
I've done everything but direct and produce.
Would you like to?
Directing, no, probably not. But I actually was interested at one point in being an acting coach on set. Because there's so much that I see and needs to be corrected. and there's nobody there to tell the actors or actresses what they can bring out in themselves to make the character more
believable.
Yeah, because sorry to say, but nowadays people get into the business so easily, and the quality has gone down quite a bit. I mean, nowadays there's a lot of actors that just come in, memorize their scripts, that's it. They're on set and they just say what they need to say, and there's no emotion, there's no character in the person that they're trying to play. And that's kind of, it's something that I saw, and I just, I was itching to say something, but I was like, no, it's not my place to do anything. But I was interested in doing something like that, but
not directing. Because, there's directing, you do more than just acting.
You have to know you have to see the full
else.
picture.
You're right.
Directing, and there's a lot of homework. And especially with my Thai, I'm not perfect in Thai, and it takes me ages to read scripts because I still read really, really slow. Yeah, so it's a lot of work if I wanted to direct. So producing maybe, but then again there's a lot of work and there's a lot of homework, a lot of preparation. And I really respect these people. When I'm on set and they know what they want, and they're like, okay, we want this. Oh, no, I don't like these clothes. I don't like this costume. Oh, she needs to change. I'm like, wow, it's so detailed.
So of all the things you've done, the things we just listed, which one would you say that you enjoy doing the most?
Acting and singing. These two come together for sure. For me, acting, I'm always looking for something to... maybe something I haven't done before, just to polish up my acting, that kind of thing. Something that's, what do you call, ท้าทาย
Like what type of role?
Dark.
Like โรคจิต อะไรอย่างเงี้ยป่ะ
Yeah, I really, really want to do something
Me
like
too.
that. Really?
Yeah, I totally want to do like the dark, like the...
Yeah.
ลายลึก
I know. I so want to do that. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Yeah.
That's cool.
But yeah, singing and dancing. MCing, not so much. I'm not really into that. These two, I think, are my favorites.
Speaking of MCing
Oh gosh.
or hosting, one of the things that people remember about you, one of your earlier gigs, myself included, I watched, I think it was Saturday morning.
Yes,
right?
9 o'clock.
Yes. And strangely, I sort of remember the theme song. Kiddy Kat.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Or something like that. ต้นไม้ยังคุยกับเรา
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I'm a fan.
A lot of people come up to me and say that, even now. And because they've grown up with me. I was 16 when I did that.
Yeah.
And I'm in my 40s now. So the kids are like 3, 4, 5 who came to the show or even watched it.
Yeah.
They're grown up now.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my gosh, I saw you when I was little. I was in you Anuban, and I went to your show. I'm like, oh my God.
And they must be in their 30s now.
Yeah, exactly. And I went and did an interview. I did an interview for a magazine, and one of the girls walked up to me. She's like, yeah, I went to your show. I went to Kiddy Kat. And she showed me a picture. She was 4. Aww. I'm like, oh my God. And we took pictures together. I'm like, oh, wow.
Before and after.
Yeah. And she wore a yellow shirt to the show, and she knew I was going to be doing interviews at the magazine. So she wore a yellow shirt.
Just to take a picture with you, to do a before and after.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
I know. Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah. Did you get a lot of fans from back then, from the Kiddy Kat show?
Oh yes, definitely. Because a lot of the kids grew up watching the show, and there really hasn't been a show like that ever since, which is a pity because, we did so much on the show. We sang, we danced, we played games. We brought families together to play games together.
Yeah.
we gave them knowledge, and educating them as well.
That was kind of like our Sesame Street, sort of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you said, there's not a lot of show that is like that to this day. Mm-hmm. How did you get started on that? Did they just approach you and be like, hey, are you interested? Like, we are looking for a host, or did you have to like audition, or how did that come about?
That was pretty much it. They're like, oh, we saw you doing your lacons, and you seem to a lot of kids liked me and looked up to me, and the parents as well. I mean, I suppose it's also because of my reputation and my background, my look, I don't know. But a lot of parents, I suppose, respected me as well. So we got together, Media of Medias approached me, and they said, we think you're a perfect role model to do a show like this. And you sing, you dance, and all that. I'm like, yeah, well, sure, okay, let's try it. We only did it for like 2 years. And I mean, there's so much that goes into the show. I mean, there was about 200 people that were on each show, and we had 2 shows a day that we had to tape. And expenses and all that stuff. It was a lot of work went into it, and in the end, it was difficult to carry on. So they decided to stop. And we were actually planning on bringing it back not long after that, but then nothing happened.
When you first found out that you were going to do this show, were you worried or were you excited? Are you naturally a kid lover?
Yeah, I love kids. But the only thing that was worrying me was being like the host, because if I don't have a script, I don't know what to say. I cannot ad-lib. I cannot... I'm not good at that at all. That's why I don't do MC work or anything like that. But I had Tiger and the rabbit and the tree.
The talking tree.
ลงต้นไม้ I had other helpers that were, who helped along. So to be honest, I wasn't comfortable in running the show alone. So, with the helpers and stuff, I was okay. But, but I mean, it was great to be with kids, and it was pretty difficult to handle kids that were running around. And I mean, of course, they get restless after a while. And even just half an hour, kids are just wanting to get up and run around. And so, I'd always have to try and keep the kids at bay. And it was hectic, but it was fun.
What was your most favorite part about working with kids?
They're just so innocent, and they're just so straightforward. They say what they feel. They say what, if they want something, they'll say it. If they feel something, they'll say it. They don't hide their feelings. They don't hide, they're just so easy to read and so innocent. And so it's so funny what some kids say or what some kids do. They just do it because they're kids. And that was part of the fun of being with them.
And now, like we said, they're probably in their 30s.
Yeah.
If they're listening right now, what would you like to say to them?
I was so happy to be able to give to those kids and to be a part of, a good memory of, they still remember me through that, and they're still following me and still supporting me. I mean, I have to thank all those kids who are probably now grown up, and some of them have their own kids now.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's quite amazing. Thank you to all those kids who have now grown up for all their support and their love for so long.
So now the third thing, last but not least, that we're going to talk about is your private life. The private life of Katrina English.
That's why it's called private.
There you go. There we go. So you are constantly working. We always see you in the media, and you never really went away or went
disappeared.
Exactly. You were always in the public eye, but at the same time, we feel like we don't know that much about you, especially in today's society with the media and with the social network and everything.
Sometimes really ridiculous and sometimes very crazy. I don't go with that.
Yeah. So you would consider yourself a private person?
I am very private. I am because I mean you have to have balance. I mean I don't use the media to promote myself because of my private life. I mean you need to have balance. You need to have what do you call maybe I wouldn't call it a safe zone, but it's more of a comfort zone that you can fall back to and just get away from the craziness. Because I mean being in the business, being in the spotlight, that's already crazy. People are always, oh, what's she wearing? Oh, what is she doing? Oh, who's she with? Oh, what is she eating? You know, I mean, I find that crazy. I mean, I don't have to tell everyone every second of my life, oh, I just woke up. Oh, I'm having breakfast. Oh, I'm going to go to the toilet. Oh, I'm going to, you know, I mean, really, I don't do that. And when I first opened up my Instagram, I put it on private because I just didn't want people to know about my private life. But then everyone's like, well, what's the point in having Instagram then? I'm like, oh.
It's like my personal diary.
Yeah. And then I'm like, okay. So I opened it up to the public and people started following me. And then, you know, you can control it. It's not necessarily as scary. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm scared of opening up, but I'm more, it's a part of me that I know that belongs to me. Not to anybody else. And I don't want people to control my life because it's my life. Everyone was born alone and we will die alone. And I don't want to be a victim of society. I don't want to be that because I have one life just like everybody else. I want to live it the way I want to live it. And, you know, I respect people's privacy as I hope people respect mine. I don't go around saying, hey, what are you doing? Oh, who are you with? Oh, what? I really don't want to know because if you want to tell me, you will tell me. Just the same way. I mean, if I want to tell you, I will tell you. If I don't want to tell you, I don't tell you. And I don't see why, even if we're a celebrity, I work. I'm in the limelight. But once I'm done with work, I go back to my life. I go back to me. I'm not the character that I'm playing in a lacon. I'm not that singer that's all dressed up and on stage. I'm just me wearing a t-shirt and shorts at home without any makeup and watching TV, watching movies. That's me. I'm not a person who just gets up and gets dressed and gets all pretty and goes out and socializes. I'm not that kind of person. Going back to Instagram, I was posting stuff every day, but then that's not me. I don't feed off of that. So once I started to slow down and I started disappearing for like a week or so, my fans were like, are you okay? What happened to you? What's wrong with you? I was like, there's nothing wrong with me. I'm still here. I just don't want to post anything because I don't feel like it. I mean, if I don't feel like saying anything, I don't. If I feel like saying something, I will. If I want to put a picture into my Instagram, I will. If I don't feel like doing it, then I don't. And now people are getting used to the fact that sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. And I haven't disappeared. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm still around. But yeah, sometimes I'm just not in the mood to say anything. I just want to sit still. I just want to อยู่นิ่งๆ And that's me. I mean, I suppose I can say that I am an introvert. So it's not a bad thing, but you know, I don't socialize. I don't have many friends because I'm comfortable with the friends that I have, that I've had for so long. I mean, yeah, I get to meet new people, the people that I work with, and on set I'm fine. You know, I mingle with people, I get along with people very, very easily. But for them to really get close and know who I really am, I mean, it's not that I'm out there and I'm not really who I am. I am, but there's just a part of me that I'm not comfortable with opening up to everyone. You know, I mean, sometimes I can be silly. Not everybody sees the silly side of me. Thong side of me that not everybody gets to see. Most people do see that, but that's the way I am. And I think people are starting to get used to the who I am.
And they accept and they love you for that.
And the funny thing is, so many people that have just met me, even on the new set, Labaman, the Channel 7 that I'm shooting at the moment, it was so funny. Most of them I have not worked with. Tong, she knows me, so that's fine. But Virapap, Nong Priao, Nong Bang, they've never met me before. And on the day of the fitting, I could hear them like, oh, they were laughing, they were joking, they were having fun and stuff like that. As soon as I walked into the room, everyone just went quiet. It was dead silent. I'm like, what's wrong? Hello, people.
I've arrived.
And the thing is that I just walked into the room just being me, and I just walked in, and everybody just went quiet. I'm like, what?
เขาเขินเปล่า
No, they were scared of me. It was so funny because he came up to me because I started talking to them and I started like mingling with them and started having fun with them and talking to them and stuff. And he was like, oh, Kat, thank you so much. I'm like, what? Thank you for talking to me. What? I was like, thank you for like breaking the ice because I was so scared of you. I'm like, why are you scared of me? He's like, you're not ดุมาก. I'm like, no. Why? ไม่ใช่ I'm like ไม่ได้ดุเลย And that's everybody's reaction before they actually get to know me. Everybody says the same thing. เจอหน้าพี่แคทหน้าดุมาก. Like, this is my face. We didn't have like this is me. Hello.
And you can't walk around like smiling all the time like
I know. I'm not a nangam or anything like that. No, And it's so funny that people are like, oh, you're so friendly. I'm like, oh, yeah, of course. But yeah, everyone says the same thing. Even outside, oh, พี่แคทดูหญิง พี่แคทดูดุ No, it's just my face. My face.
I can't help it, guys.
I can't help it. I'm just like this. But yeah, when people come up to me and even fans and stuff, and they're like, oh, ขอถ่ายรูป yeah, sure. Like, oh, พี่แคทดูหน้าแบบนิ่งมากเลยแต่แบบเวลายิ้มแล้วแบบ I was like, it's okay. You can come up to me. You can, that's fine. So yeah, same reaction. Everybody's like, oh yeah, you look scary.
And like, even though you said you look scary, but we don't really hear of like anyone disliking you at all. Like, you're very likable, and it's
thank you.
You're one of the few people that people just never hate.
There are.
Really?
Oh yeah. Not many, which is lucky. But I mean, when people don't know me, they hear things from other people who don't know me or maybe caught me at a bad time. And I'm human. I have different feelings. I get angry. I get peed off. I get stressed out. I get sad. I get upset. Just like everybody else. The thing is that not everybody sees me every day, 24 hours, 7 days a week. So maybe if just at that moment that I had a bad day or, whatever, and they just caught me at a bad time, that's it. Oh, Kat, I met her that day. Yeah, she's in such a bad mood. Hello.
You're only human.
I am human, and everyone has a bad day, gets into a bad mood. But that's not me 24/7. That's just a very minute part of my life. And immediately people start talking, and it keeps going on. People talk to this person and they carry on and talk to this person, and there's a lot of misunderstanding. I mean, there's some people, oh, Kat, เวลาทำงาน เรื่องเยอะเรื่องมาก I'm like, what? I'm like one of the easiest persons to work with. I admit I'm very detailed. I like asking questions because I want to clear what I have to do. That's my responsibility of being what I am. If I'm acting, I need to ask questions about the character. Why do I have to do this? Why is it like this? Why does she have to be like this? Not because I'm not going to do it. It's because
you need to understand the character better.
Yeah, exactly. To be able to get deep into this person, to know what this person is like.
Yeah.
Because I have to be that person. So I ask questions, and some people,
I've worked with you, and I found it very easy to work with.
And
it was really fun. So you said you've worked in the business for 27 years.
Yep.
But we never really see any bad press about you.
There was once, but
Out
that
of
was a
20 out of 27 years. That's like really rare.
That was just some misunderstanding. It was pretty bad time during that time, and the whole press were like blacklisted me, and they're like, no, we're not going to talk to her ever again.
Oh, well, what happened? Can you? I mean, are you comfortable talking about it?
Yeah. I mean, it's all cleared up, and you know, I mean, I'm fine with meeting the press and the reporters and stuff. In fact, I have fun talking to them. But there was one time when I was doing a charity concert with Pimod, and we did the press conference in the middle of Siam, and it was hot. And I had 3 jobs, and the last job was live, so I had to get to the last job on time. And the first job was running late, and I asked them, I was like, okay, after the interview on stage, do I need to interview with the reporters and the press that come? They're like, no, you can go straight off. Okay, fine. So after we did the press conference and all that, they're like, okay, Kat, you can go. I'm like, okay. And just as I was, getting off stage, like, Kat, the press want to talk to you. Okay, is it going to be long? Because I have to go. Like, no, 10 minutes. Okay, I'll go on and just sort of pat my nose and wipe all the sweat off my forehead and stuff, and I'll come back out. P. Mars went down
immediately
first to do the interviews. So I was like, okay, well, P. Mars, you go first, and I'll catch up with you. So I went backstage, sapna, whatever, and I went down to where P. Mars was, and I stood there for 20 minutes doing absolutely nothing. And I was like, I have to go. And my assistant was with me, and she's like, we have to go. I'm like, you need to tell the team that we need to go. And we were sort of like, hey, you want to interview Kat or not? Come on, it's been 20 minutes. And I was getting bombarded by fans taking pictures and stuff like that. And I was waiting to get interviewed. And they never did. So I had to go. So I left. And we told the team, the PR team for this event, like, we gotta go. We have to go. So they're okay, we'll tell them. So I left, and I went to my second job, and then I went to the third. And when I went to the third, Grammy called me up, and they're like, what the hell did you do? Like, what did I do? And they're like, all the press are banning you and blacklisting you. I'm like, why? I was like, you said that you weren't giving interviews. I was like, I never said that. When did I say that I'm not going to give an interview? I was standing there for 20 minutes and nobody took any notice of me. And I had to go. So what happened? It's not my fault, because I told the team to tell the press that I had to go. And it was a huge misunderstanding. All the press were like, oh, Kat said she's not giving interviews. And I was like, 27 years that I've been in the business, I have never said I will not give an interview. If I didn't have time, I'll just say, hey, I'm sorry, I don't have time today, but the next time we meet up, I'll give you an interview. I have never said I will not give an interview. Never have I said that. So I was really upset, because so many people have known me, especially the press. They've known me ever since I came into the business. They know what kind of person I am. And what upset me the most was that just that one misunderstanding, and it just became such a huge thing. And I was really hurt, to be honest. I was so hurt that, they turn around and do this to me. And I met them at a friend's wedding, the press, and they was like, กล้ามาด้วยเหรอ
โอ้โห
yeah,
แรง
I'm like, whoa, why? I was like, after what you did, I was like, I didn't do anything. And they was like, you didn't even apologize. I was like, apologize for what? I didn't do anything wrong. If I did something wrong, I would apologize. I'm man enough to do that. But if I didn't do anything wrong and I apologize, then I'm apologizing for something that I did wrong. So no, I'm not apologizing because I didn't do anything wrong. But I'm ขอโทษแทนคนที่ทำให้เข้าใจผิดกันละกัน But I'm not apologizing for myself.
How did you resolve that then?
I spoke to them. I talked to them right there, and I was like, it's a huge misunderstanding, and take it the way you want it. I cannot stop you from the way you want to feel or the way you want to look at it, but this is how it was. And I have nothing to hide. And after that, everything was fine. And, you know, I still met up with them. I see them at events and stuff, and I still interview with them. You know, I don't have anything against them. I have fun having interviews. I mean, I get to say what I need to say, or if anything needs to be cleared, I can clear it. You know, so I mean, it's fun.
Now we talk about, you know, you being a private person. Nowadays, I think there's a lot of not even just nowadays. I think in Thailand in general, there's a lot of pressure on girls, on women, on having to have a relationship or to be in a relationship. Every time you see a relative or every time you see someone, the first question is like, oh, มีแฟนหรือยัง? ทำไมยังไม่มีแฟน? You know, like, oh, what's wrong with you?
Because I don't.
Yeah. Okay. How would you... Exactly. That's my reaction. Like, that was like the top question when I was single. Everyone was like, ทำไมไม่มีแฟน? ทำไมไม่มีแฟน? Because I don't want to. I'm
exactly.
Like, it's my choice.
Exactly. What's wrong with that?
And I was happy with that, you know? And I'm sure a lot of girls are happy being single or either or they want to keep their private life private. Do you have any advice to them on how they can handle a situation like that?
Don't be a victim of society. Don't be. It's your choice. If you want to have a boyfriend, if you want to have a relationship, it's when you're ready. Not when everybody else is ready for you to have a relationship. If you're in a relationship and you're happy and you're ready for it and you're happy, be in a relationship. But if a relationship isn't working out, I don't see why people have to stick their noses into it. It's between two people. Seriously, because people are so reliant on what other people have to say. You know, I mean, relationships become public. Relationships become social, it's not two people anymore. It's 3, it's 4, it's 10, it's 50, it's 100, it's 1,000, it's 1,000,000 people. Why does it have to be that way? It's not. You don't have a relationship because of what other people think. What's wrong as well is that so many people have their own ความคิดเห็นอะyou know,
opinion.
They have their own opinion of saying what they want to say about this person, and sometimes they don't give good advice, sometimes they do, and it's up to you what you want to do. If you want to take their advice or not, you have to be strong enough to have your own opinion. You have to be strong enough to see, if you're in a relationship, you have to be strong enough to see who that person you're with is like, not what other people think you're with. You know, and that's the problem with social media as well and stuff like that. It gets out of hand. People start saying things about maybe the person you're in a relationship with, and maybe it's not true, maybe it is, but you have toพิสูจน์ with yourself because that's the person that you're with. And if you're not in a relationship, don't get pressured. If you're not ready, you're not ready. You don't have to be in a relationship because society tells you to. As I said, don't be a victim of society. Don't be a victim of social media. It's your life. You control your own life. If you're not bothering anyone, ทำให้คนอื่นเดือดร้อน don't be a victim. Be yourself. Live your own life because you only have one life. ซีเรียสไปเปล่า
ไม่เลย that was a good answer. All right, now our next section is called What's Your Take On? I'm going to give you 3 topics and you choose one to discuss, maybe like in like 5 minutes or something like that. Our first topic is on students' uniform. เราควรเลิกบังคับให้นักเรียนใส่เครื่องแบบหรือไม่ Second topic is on Thai ละครไทยน้ำเน่าจริงหรือ And the third
Yep. Anyways, yeah, move on.
Our third topic is cashless society สังคมไทยไร้เงินสดดีไหมชอบไหม Which one would you like to discuss?
Oh my gosh. They're all pretty good to discuss. ละครน้ำเน่าก็ได้
All right. Oh, you're being risky because it's your job too.
I know. No, but you know what? Going straight to the point, Yeah, it is because the stories are pretty much the same. You have the นางเอก you have the ตัวร้าย you have the พระเอก and the ตัวร้าย is always going to come in between the นางเอก and the พระเอก and they're going to fight and they're going to misunderstand each other and the ตัวร้าย does all this and that and then all of a sudden they ตัวร้ายก็หายไป whatever and then นางเอกกับพระเอก they have a happy ending จบ
It's the same formula like we said earlier
yeah exactly
either they're like ตัวร้ายต้องเป็นบ้าตัวร้ายหรือต้องแบบหายไปอยู่ตัวละตายหรือต้องมีอะไรแบบ tragic happens to the ตัวร้าย
exactly it's the same format and to be honest it actually runs on real life it's dramatic it's just society feeds off it lacons feed off of society
it's a loop
it's double-edged yeah so it's to be honest, Thai people are so artistic. They have great imagination. They have great potential. But they don't get to use it because of what? Because same formula, same thing. Thai people don't like taking risks. There's so much more that Thai society can get, can learn from movies, from lacons.I don't want to say that, you know, ไม่อยากเปรียบเทียบอะ like in the States or in England, you have such a huge variety of lacons, TV series, movies, because they like taking risks and they like doing things that are new and they like bringing new things into society. And I suppose in a way they're ready to accept it.In Thailand, I suppose society like to be in their comfort zone. They like this, so they will stick with that because it's safe. But I mean, these artistic people, these people who have imagination, these people who have so much potential, but they don't get to use it. It's such a pity. And I feel that they should have the opportunity to show themselves. And there's so many movies, so many TV series that we watch that are from abroad, even in Asian countries nearby. Like even in India, we watch Indian movies. We watch Indian soaps. We watch Indian series. But do other people watch Thai soaps, Thai movies? Thai movies, yeah, because, I mean, they've become international. They've taken risks. They're doing something that's outside the comfort zone of Thai society. And some of the movies have become international. Yeah.Why can't we do that for Thai soaps and, you know, lacons and stuff like that? We can. But nobody's taking the risk and it's a pity. And, I mean, not saying that I'm against it or anything, but, I mean, I'm fine with doing the lacons that I do. That's fine. It's easy as well. I mean, okay, Katlin bought me. Okay, yeah, I know that. Okay, I can do that. That's easy. You know, and in a way, if people were more risky, were more, you know, doing something outside their comfort zones, it's also good for actors. เพื่อที่จะพัฒนาตัวเองด้วย you know?
So they're not being repetitive.
Yeah, with
on
acting. Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, it's but then again, it all comes down to Thai culture, Thai society, how much they're going to accept it or how much, you know, they're like, oh, this is like way too ล้ำไปโอ้ไม่ได้ไม่รู้เรื่อง or whatever. That's what's a pity because I mean there's so many great Thai producers, writers, artists that can go so far but they're not reaching their potential because of the limits here.
So our last section of the show is called What If, which is your chance to become Miss Universe.
Oh my gosh, okay.
We have a jar of questions and these are hypothetical questions, okay?
Oh God.
You're going to draw one out and then answer it.
Oh golly. Okay.
Are you ready, Miss Thailand?
Okay. I'm dreading this. Okay.
Oh, this one. Okay.
Oh.
If you were given 100 million baht, no strings attached, how would you use it?
I would buy a boat, I'd buy a yacht, I'd buy a hotel, I'd buy an airplane. No, I wouldn't. No, if I had 100 million baht, oh my gosh. I wouldn't go like binge spending on shopping and all that stuff. I would probably still live my life the way I am. Because, I mean, who knows when you really need the money? I'd probably buy a little bit more stuff for myself, but and help out with my family. I'd definitely give it to charity. I mean, there's so many people who need help. I'd still be careful on spending. I wouldn't think that 100 million baht, oh my gosh, it will take me a lifetime to spend. No. I would still be careful with my spending. I mean, you never know when it's not going to be there.
Okay. Yay! Thank you so much for being here
You're
today,
very welcome.
Especially under your condition.
I'm fine.
And hopefully you're completely healed soon.
Soon, yes. I hope so.
No
too.
more bruises. Hopefully you can fully laugh once again.
I know, it hurts when I'm laughing, but it's so much fun, yeah. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yay! สนุกดีไหมคะ ถ้ารู้ว่าเพื่อนคนไหนรักภาษาอังกฤษชอบฟังภาษาอังกฤษและเรื่องราวชีวิตที่น่าสนใจของเซเลบหลากหลายโบฝากแชร์เอพิโซดนี้ให้เขาฟังด้วยนะคะ
Binge listen to all of our shows and episodes at thestandard.co/podcast. The Standard Podcast เปิดหูเปิดตาเปิดใจเปิดโลก